It is super early in the morning and I am trying to convince Rocco to go with me to my honey hole. We are in Arundel, Maine at the flea market and it is super early. He decided to stay in bed. All right, it looks like a forest, but really, in reality, it's a parking lot. And if you go around the corner, we're going to walk around the corner, we get to the Arundel Antique Mall. And in the parking lot of the Arundel, Maine Antique Mall, every Saturday there is a flea market. And across from that is Antiques USA. So you got Antique Mall, Flea Market, Antique Mall, all within walking distance. And this is how I've been spending my Saturdays pretty much every weekend since I got up to Maine. And it is part one of my honey hole reveal. And tomorrow we're going somewhere else. This is how I've been spending my weekends pretty much every weekend. So here we go. Let's get started at the flea market part. We got some maps over here. I thought that was pretty cool. We got a little lighthouse there. I love old maps. I can look at maps all day long, even modern ones. They don't have to be old ones. I think these would be really fun to frame. The old license plates. We have some ephemera, postcards. And the thing with flea markets in New England, a lot of them are vintage. So it's not like flea markets that I run into all over the country where it's just like new stuff, imported. It's all like vintage markets. And I love that about New England. Of course, there's some modern stuff, but you're going to find a lot of goodies here, like this Fenton egg. It's a blue iridescent hand-painted Fenton egg. And then I found this Raku elephant. I paid $10 each for those. Little Dream Pets mouse. He was adorable, little Japan mouse. And then I think that whole case of jewelry was $10. Over here, we're looking at some more stuff. I like that vanity mirror. There's some books. I don't usually pick up books, but I like to look at them once in a while. I love that grasshopper pin. Unfortunately, he needed to be put back together, and I didn't have the patience for that. It was a Bakelite bangle. It was only $9. I probably should have got it, but I didn't. I should have. Regrets. And now we're looking at baseball cards. There's something for everyone. Everyone. Got some pottery over here. More jewelry. I have a very, I'd say 3 specific jewelry people that I go to visit at this particular flea market that I have been kind of stocking up on. Cute little trinket dish there. It looked Victorian to me. Definitely an older piece. Now, a lot of these places don't mark their items with prices, so you have to ask. And unless I'm truly, truly interested in it, I don't really like to bother people. Okay, so we're at one of my favorite jewelry places, and she has a mix. Some of her stuff is vintage, some of it is more modern, and of course I'm after the vintage stuff, so let's take a look, see what she's got today. And I don't think I ended up getting anything from her, but that's okay. We got 2 more places to go. And I apologize about the shadows. Can't control the sun. All kinds of different stuff. I think those were pipes down there. Old advertising pieces. A cat decanter. I don't know what that was. A potato decanter. A mixer, a little picnic kit there. Just some really fun stuff. You'll never know what you're going to find here. I have found some fantastic stuff at this flea market. Oh, we got some kitchenware, some Pyrex, and we got lamps. I don't know what that was. You're going to find stuff, you're going to be like, I have no clue what that is. Ooh, a clock. We got badminton. Nope. Croquet. More books. I love that iridescent dish back there. That was really pretty. find little paperweights. It was cold that morning. I had to wear a hoodie. It was very early in the morning. More books. Oh, here's some more jewelry. I don't know. Sometimes I'm in different moods. Sometimes I don't mind digging. Other times I want it just like displayed out for me. So I think on this particular day, I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like digging. But of course I don't want to miss anything. So it's kind of like, we'll take a look. But I definitely prefer when it's like spread out when it comes to the jewelry, because I'm afraid I'm going to like poke myself on a brooch pin or something. And let's see. I think her prices were $2 each or 2 for $3 in that particular box. So you get $1 off if you bought 2 of them. And I think she had some other stuff mixed in there. It wasn't all jewelry, but gotta take a look. And then down here we had more bracelets, little bangle there. It looks jade in color, but it was definitely plastic, obviously. Necklaces, a whole group of bangles. That yellow one really spoke to me. I was trying to find the brooches. Looking for the brooches. And I think as we went down the table, if I'm remembering correctly, this is the one where the prices went up higher as you went down the table. She had her nicer stuff towards the end, yes. And I ended up finding a couple things here. I think I got a micro mosaic brooch and a enamel flower brooch. All right, let's keep going. I don't like filming the vendors, and she came down to help me, so that's why you didn't see me actually pick them up. And I believe I got them both for $15, but it was a nice micro mosaic and a enamel brooch. And then this guy was talking to me. This table, like this vendor, everything was 50 cents. Everything he had was 50 cents. Everything. That was his gimmick, I guess. I did not find anything for 50 cents, but the guy was like, we were in awe. All right, so now I decided to give you a little sneak peek of the Arundel Antique Mall. Look at all this Fenton. Look at all the beautiful Fenton. It is gorgeous. The prices were a little outside of what I could do in terms of resale because they were right at retail. However, I did get that witch. See the amber looking one on the right next to that unicorn? I did pick it up. I paid up for it because we had the Fenton Frenzy, which already happened, but I did want it for the Fenton Frenzy, and I did buy it for knickknacks. Look at this. This was like a jadeite bunny. Definitely a modern one, but look, I don't think I've ever seen the bunny, and I loved it. It was like $24, if I remember. Some marbles. Fenton Bell. I was like on super Fenton hyper alert because the Fenton Frenzy was actually that afternoon. So I was shopping right before the sale. We got some baskets. Y'all know how I love baskets. But this is just a taste of what you can find at the Arundel Antique Mall, which is where you'll find the flea market. There was absolutely some great Fenton in this particular booth. There was see that alley cat right there? Nice little alley cat. There was a fairy lamp, a milk glass fairy lamp, but again, the prices were right at retail, so the alley cat was $2.50 and that fairy lamp was like $60, so not much I could do for resale. I was trying to figure that out. I didn't know what it was, but I liked it. I think it was just a little vase, like a porcelain little vase. Lots to see. There's a lot of smalls at this particular antique mall. So definitely go when you have a lot of time because there's going to be a lot of things. That was the LG Wright mold, Fenton poured cherry pattern. And this particular booth always stocks up on some jewelry. They have some fun stuff at really good prices. Some little enamel brooch there. Their brooches usually run, that was a little penguin. He was adorable. I think it was pewter. Their brooches usually run anywhere from like $4 to $6. There was a lot going on in that one. I don't think they restocked since the last time I was in there, but always safe to check. Oh, there was a little cat one. I think I did get that one, and it was $6 for that cat one. Let's see. And I think it was another cat one. And so did I get that one? I don't remember. Did I put it back? I put it back. All right, let's see. What else did we have? Oh, this beautiful Fenton compote. It was the daisy and button pattern, and it had that beautiful pink crest to it. But again, it was priced right at retail, so not enough room for me. Hyper Fenton alert. That's what I was after. Just wanted to get like that one more piece, like that one more wow piece for the sale that afternoon, which I did get with the witch. And in here, there's some fantastic Pyrex. Lots of uranium stretch glass. I just picked up some pieces at a local auction, very similar to the ones you see here. And I was just seeing what they priced them at, just so I could get an idea of how to price mine. I have that same exact candy dish. And I don't have the dolphin handle dish, but I did like it. That's a Fenton piece there. And the uranium stretch. Real pretty pieces. And then this is the second floor, and the second floor has a ton of cases. And inside there's just some fantastic jewelry, like really high-end silver jewelry. There's Bakelite, really nice cameos, and watches. I love this particular antique mall because they have, I want to say like 3 or 4 cases of Bakelite that is just killer. So that's why I really like coming here. And then we're back down on the first floor, and I was looking through this bin of jewelry. I hadn't seen this particular bin before, and everything in here was $3. And the little baggies had more than one piece. So you might find a baggie, like that was Sarah Coventry, and inside the baggie was 3 pieces. So I got a piece of Sarah Coventry, in theory, for $1, right? So there might be a bag with 3 brooches, but for $3 divided by 3, they're $1 each. So definitely worth digging through that bin. I did find, I think, 3 or 4 baggies full of items that I ended up purchasing there. Can't miss anything. Keep digging. See, that's one I don't mind digging through because it's still well organized. Everything's in baggies. I didn't feel like I was going to get pricked by a stick pin. I think that was a butterfly. And what else did we find in there? I think I was right at the tail end of what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for anything, actually, but looking at. And the register was like right next to me at that point. So I was getting close to the end. But I didn't want to miss anything. At $3 a bag, I think that was a really good deal. And then at this next booth, I found a lot of pottery. I really liked the shape of this particular vase and the blue glaze on it. It didn't look terribly old, but I liked the size of it and the shape, so I did end up buying it. I believe it was $9. Definitely under 10. It was like right around 9, I believe. And that was a huge paperweight, like ginormous. I did not want to mess with it. Definitely an import piece. Little bell. I like the color of it, but did not need it. Here is a sampling of one of the Bakelite cases I like to visit, but she also sells like celluloid and lucite and brooches and earrings, like not just Bakelite. So it's a treat to visit her booths. She has, like I said, at least 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. She might have more in this particular antique mall, but I really like visiting her particular cases because they're always a treat. And then this particular booth, that said it was a paperweight. So I asked to see inside of it, and come to find out it was a perfume bottle laying on its side with a window, and it was missing its stopper. Okay, now it's Sunday and we are at Todd's Farm, and we are in Rowley, Massachusetts, and this is so rightfully called Little Brimfield. It is a vintage flea market, and it is just a couple of fields of just fantastic goodness. It is mostly vintage items. Look at that bracelet. It's an enamel flower bracelet. It was beautiful. Enamel brooches. I thought those were beautiful. I meant to go back to that booth, and I don't know why I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. But this is just set up every weekend on Sundays. So we're continuing our weekend adventure and letting you know all my honey hole spots and my weekend adventure plans. So we're in Massachusetts now. It's windy, it's early, and we're treasure hunting. So out here it's a little bit, I don't know, less organized than a traditional antique show. There's tables, people throw things down on the ground, on blankets like that over there. Some people are more organized and use cases and displays like this over here with that beautiful turquoise jewelry. But it doesn't matter, because all that matters is people bring great vintage items like this Jack in the Pulpit right here. She did want $10 for that, or $12, and I did purchase it. And then she also had a Glass Eye Studio paperweight that caught my attention right there. But she was asking like 20 on that. So I did have to pass on the paperweight, but I did get that Rosaline Burmese style Jack in the Pulpit. And I do believe it's more Victorian, but I did pass on the paperweight. Here I am trying to negotiate a better deal on 2 items, but it is a flea market, so you can negotiate. But she was not budging on the paperweight because she was insisting it was signed, which it was just Glass Eye Studio. But it's okay. I still got with the Jack in the Pulpit, and I was happy. I don't feel comfortable like haggling. I just ask what their best price is, and if it's okay, I get it. I like this toothpick holder. I'm not sure who makes it. There was a sticker on it. It's not any glass company that I recognized, so that's why I was kind of a little puzzled. There was a little enamelware there. Real pretty dishes. That was Pool out of England. I didn't expect that. How to fix the mess I made. Look at all those wall pockets. All those bird wall pockets. Bright and colorful. Those would look nice as a bunch, all put up on a small wall. I like this plate with the wicker handles. They're just little dancers going across the sky. And it was signed. It was from the 80s, I believe. And let's see. Over here on this table, there was a little bit more jewelry and some porcelain dishes. I think that was a little trinket box. The jewelry was really pretty on this table. It was very well laid out and priced on the tags. It was a little higher than what I could do for resale, but it was really nice to see. I think they started like right around like $15 each on that jewelry, so I couldn't do much with it. There's some nice glass over there, some Westmoreland. There's a picture over there. And there was a Viking flower frog. She wanted $25 for that, and it was amber. I like this ceramic bird. Moon glow bangle there. There was a flower frog ikebana. That was really nice. And just now seeing those purses right there in the lower left-hand corner. How did I miss those? Porcupine, there's some glass elephants back there, just some art glass. How did I miss those purses? I don't know, they're probably lucite or acrylic. And there's a tidbit tray there. Looks like some poppies on there. Over here, there was a little bit more jewelry. And I really liked how they laid out that pretty tablecloth. It added a nice accent. And that vanity tray, that mirrored vanity tray. There was some M.A. Hadley there. I had to check it out. She wanted $15 for the smaller set of salt and pepper shakers and $25 for the larger pair. And then I said thank you, and I passed. And then the gentleman behind me, she offered him a much lower price. So I was like, what is happening? That's okay. That's all right. That's part of the flea market business. Maybe she realized she had them priced a little too high. I mean, they were fair. It was a fair price, honestly. But just looking at what else she had there. These are some really cool paperweights. They were marked like WGW. They were stamp marked, and I wasn't sure. It's not a mark I'd seen before. And the gentleman who owned them was telling me that he looked them up on eBay and they were worth, I don't remember what he said, but he wanted $45 each for them, and I didn't know that mark, so I didn't want to jump on them right away. I later Googled it myself, and that's about what they're worth, about $45 each. So I did not go back for them, though they were pretty cool, and the gentleman was very nice about them. We got more jewelry over here. I loved those colorful necklaces, all the beads. He had some fantastic Bakelite beads right there. Real pretty. He wanted $60 for that necklace. And then over here he had some more. I didn't ask about that particular one, but then these vases caught my attention. These little weed pots, and I loved the glaze on it and the design. And then he had a smaller one right there in front. Little baby weed pot. So I asked him how much for the pair, and he said he'd do both for $20. So I did get both of those weed pots there. Got some license plates up there. There was some tintypes to the left, but I was too busy digging in that jewelry. Oh, look at that. There was a pineapple brooch. I did buy that. I'm like, oh, it's a pineapple. I've never had a pineapple brooch. I forget how much I paid for it. I think it was like $2, something along those lines. Not bad. He had some good prices, so I did get that one. Totally missed the tintypes over there. Nice flower brooch. And then I looked at the jewelry over here. And there was some paperweights, but they were pretty common imported paperweights, so I've had them before. I didn't feel the need to buy them for a third or fourth time. And let's see, what do we have over here? Oh, that's what caught my attention. All of that pottery right there. And they were definitely nice to look at. I think he had them priced in the 40s, $35 to $40 range. And not knowing what they were or who they were made by, And he was very busy talking to somebody else. I passed on them. I didn't want to bother him. The little Glass Eye Studio egg paperweight. I think they wanted 18 on it. Oh, and this vendor, she was just setting up, but she had some fantastic stuff. So I wanted to swoop on in there before anyone else did. That vase was signed, but I could not make it out. She didn't know who it was, but it was very reminding me of the 80s, the way the design was. And then I found an Anderson Design Pottery otter. And so I said, how much do you want for the otter? And she's like, it's Swedish. I'm like, no, it's from Maine. And she's like, $20. I'm like, okay. So I did get the otter. I like this dish. It was purple with bell flowers on it. Those other vases looked really modern. I skipped out looking at them. Some Polish pottery there. That was a cool piece, but it looked a little more modern. I could be totally wrong about that. I liked them both, actually. Oh, that one has like scallops on the lip of them. And this vendor had a bunch of other pottery pieces, and of course I'm like, how much for it? And I think she said 20. I ended up getting that scallop lip pottery vase. This one had some tiles that I thought were pretty cool if you had a small fireplace. And I have a project in the van, which is why I looked at those. I have a project, and I'm like, that could meet the needs for my van, but I didn't get them. I like the Winnie the Pooh lamp. It caught my attention. It drawed me in. Some more jewelry. And let's see, what else is it? Oh, a little dog pin. That was really cute. See, you never know what you're going to find on these tables. It looked like a bunch of toys, but then I found jewelry. And then there was this. This was the holy grail of the whole weekend. It is an L.E. Smith Peacock Blue Thousand Eyes swung glass vase. And these three guys were giving me a hard time. And he's like, oh, but I got a bittersweet back here, which I can't sell you. It's going to go to Rimfield. So, yes, I bought it. But they had to give me a hard time because he's like, it's $80. And I'm like, but I only have $79 in cash. And he's like, I can't budget. It's $80. And then finally he broke down and let me have it for $79. So, I got it. I got it. See the fun things you can find at a flea market in Massachusetts. All right, I put it back in the van just because I didn't want to carry it around, but we kept going. But look how well this one was laid out. Definitely looks like something you would find at an antique show. Very well presented. And here they had money. You could buy money. Some binoculars, tintype, little figurines in there. Also some pins over here. Just well displayed. Oh, my hair was going nuts. And then this purple pottery weed pot caught my attention. I have no idea who the maker is, but it's purple. And y'all know I love purple glass. Now I'm gonna love purple pottery. And she only wanted $12 for it, so I did buy the purple weed pot. And look at these cute little salt pepper shakers. They're anthropomorphic with the rhinestone eyes and these little devil salt and pepper shakers. I thought they were adorable. There's some ducks, some flowers. They all had a little bit of damage and crazing, so I did pass on them. Here's the Libby carousel mug. So they did have the pink elephant. That's the hardest one to find. Perfume. Nope, just a little candy dish. And then this glass caught all my attention. Nice bridal basket over there. See, that's a handle I could ship. It was a metal handle. And then a little doll swing. Of course, I had to push it. It works. We had some blow molds, Santa, some soldiers, and that huge carriage, a little baby carriage. But just a fun trip overall. I love coming to this flea market. I always find something fantastic. It has been my honey hole all weekend long. So that has been my weekend routine. I get up, On Saturdays, I go down to Arundel, Maine, and hit up the 2 antique malls. And then I hit the flea market, and then I keep going south down to Rowley, Massachusetts, where I hit my final honey hole of the weekend on Sundays, and that is Todd Farm Flea Market. And look at this Vandermark perfume bottle I found. Enjoy.